Alright, hope everybody's doing well. Just wanted to make a video about how expensive records have gotten these days, and just absolutely astronomical. Some of the collectability, sometimes the perceived collectability, the different vinyl color variations and so forth. And what is really the kicker is the crazy amount of shipping. Priority mail is not always the way to go because they don't have priority boxes that will fit vinyl records. If they did, that would be probably a game changer, because have a box where you can set 10, 15, 20 records in there and make it priority, and then that would save a lot of time. But you have to go media mail or first class most of the time, and media mail has shot through, I want to say shot through the roof, but this is why you're typically seeing $7 for shipping. Now, that being said, some of the sellers on Discogs are doing $7 or $8, $10, $12 for shipping because they're offering, quote, a low price on a vinyl record for a whole dollar in some cases. $1, $2, $3, $4. One guy said you can buy as many records as you want, up to 100 or more, and then basically pay the $12 for shipping. I'm not looking to start a record store. Now, that also, it could be that if I wanted to start a record store, where would I get records? I'd have to pay at least $1, unless, I'm getting somebody who's clearing out stuff. But most people are clearing out, their parents' old stuff, and I don't need Guy Lombardo copies from the 70s or 60s, 50s, 40s, whenever they were repressed. And again, it just got to be so much, but I wanted to show you some of the things that I've been looking at recently. So this is Luttrell's, I forgot the name of it. I forget what it's called right now. It is really frustrating because I had that memorized all day. But anyway, it's one of his later ones here, and it's on YouTube. Check out Luttrell. He's, I think, a DJ out of San Francisco Bay Area. You would recognize him instantly with a curled mustache and usually some sort of, knitted cap or something on there. But I'm just thinking of some other albums. But it's just type in Luttrell and you'll probably find this one. I think it's one of the more recent ones. I don't like everything that he does, but some of it is just right on point, and it's just kind of good stuff. And this is a good album to look for. It's about $30 or $40 depending on what eBay vendor you buy it from. It's readily available in the United States. So that's one, and it's relatively affordable and a well-known quantity. But again, there are other, I believe, limited edition copies of that one that confuse things. And a lot of people, unfortunately, on eBay or maybe even Discogs price the lesser valuable ones as the price of the, because there's a lot of trickery going on and a lot of weasel words and kind of confusing things here. So I'll show a couple other things here. I was looking up Anjuna Beats here, another label. I mean, a lot of these guys are on the Anjuna Beats label. You just don't see it readily right there, or they have been featured through them. Here's one for 1871 from Rare Waves. I don't get a lot of positive reviews from Rare Waves because that's what people do. These multi-bazillion media sellers are like, whatever. It came dented, or it was a day late, or I didn't know what I was getting into. So a lot of people basically have mistakenly purchased something they thought was something else and found out that it was not to their liking, so they blame it on the seller. That's what happens all the time. But a lot of these bigger sellers like Rare Waves, or like the Wayfair order I had recently, it was canceled and there was no notification, no nothing. It just says you got refunded. But they didn't tell me why it was refunded. But then you went to the website and it was still listed on the website. And the same thing with all these other pieces of media and vinyl records, and it's very, very annoying to the customers. I just watched a video about the Discogs reviews are very accurate there. And of course, everybody wants to tout something that they're reviewing or selling. There are those people that have the it's hard to explain, but nobody's immune from, being impartial to something there. Because there's a lot of people that say yuck Beatles, but then everybody else says yay Beatles, and we're trying to figure out why yuck Beatles and yay Beatles. And the people who say yuck to Beatles maybe got exposed to it a lot when they were, listening to the classic radio stations back in the 80s, and they got sick of those tunes. Or maybe they just thought they were overrated, and a lot of people are into kind of the niche music right now. So electronic dance music is not niche, but it's not something that everybody collects. And I'm looking at records right now that are hundreds and hundreds of dollars, but I can assure you that my friends would probably take one quick look at it and said, oh, it's a 12-inch, and they throw it back in the bin thinking it's just a junky piece of rap. You know, they think all 12 inches are rap music with explicit lyrics, and that's the farthest thing from the truth there, you know. And so I've been able to pick up a few of those over the years because nobody knowed or cared or what they were. One of the things that I wanted to say is that sometimes the value wasn't quite there, but having to go through, you know, 12 different Discogs vendors or eBay vendors to even get those particular records wasn't a big savings except for in the shipping department. You know, so you buy a record for $1.50. Sometimes it was listing for $1.50. But here we go. So we got Anjuna Beats Volume 1, 2001 Techno Trance LP, free US shipping, $100. That's one of the cheaper ones here. Okay, hopefully you'll be able to see this right now. Alto Rush 12-inch single. It's not Rush, but it's just, that's Russian quotes there. Free US shipping, $300. We got another one. This is just US. These are the, I believe, the repressings of Sirens of the Sea Ocean Lab. And the repressings are $40. The original is hundreds and hundreds of dollars. We got Luminary, Amsterdam, 12-inch vinyl, near mint condition, $495. $125. $125. That was not the one that took the cake here. There was another one, 120, 100, 149. Let's see what else we have here. But one is not showing up right now was over $1,500. $1,500 for a vinyl record? I mean, seriously, I don't know. It's craziness. But we go to Discogs here, and I'm looking up this particular seller, Captain Bligh. Now, I have no prior sales knowledge, or I have bought anything from Captain Bligh before, but they had one record I wanted for $20 plus $6 for shipping. So that's pretty fair, and I'll probably grab that. Every time I grab a record, I said, geez, I could have grabbed this one, or this one, or this one. Now, I'm looking at electronic music. Now, unfortunately, electronic music in Discogs' mind means anything, or the seller's mind means anything that somebody might have had an electric piano in the background. So they might say Mannheim Steamroller, or it could be just pretty much Melba Moore, or anything, really. This does not have any kind of bearing on it, but it hopefully does not take away too many items that I think I want. Now, a lot of sellers on Discogs will say $6 for the first record, and then $1 for the next one, and the next one, and the next one. So you have to remember that as low price you might be getting if you find a deal on one, then unfortunately you'd be sometimes paying 50 cents to $1 more per album, and then it could be ending up being $10 for shipping, and it just be, oh my gosh, this is crazy. You know, every dollar you spend in the shipping department is one less dollar you have to spend on a record. Every record you buy is less dollars you have to buy another one. You know, there's a Taco, Let's Face the Music. I remember Taco. I think he did Putting on the Ritz, sorry. I'm going to see you go here, and we go back. After I get to this one, I'll show you the record I was looking up here. Ocean Lab. But I was looking to see if there were any records that could, you know, make my order a little bit better, because I always want to make sure that anything that I have on my radar is going to be combined with one other order, and it never happens. It has happened almost never, except for that one time that I hit some sort of non-Goodwill thrift store, and they had a bunch of music I was looking for, and it was stuff that I had kind of, I won't say my Discogs wish list, but it's stuff that I had looked at before and saw in the under $5 category, and it saved me a great lot of time, and that afforded me to look at other records on Discogs. But we want to go back here. I think I've heard of Green City, but I don't know about Josephine. I usually have to look that up on eBay to see what that is here. So we want to go back here. I'm going to go to the main one here. So we want to look up this one here. I won't go into my Discogs woes of my login process here. I can't be doing that anymore. So I'll have to probably create a new account unless I can fix the old one here. But this is Ocean Lab, Clear Blue Water. And this one is $20 plus $6 for shipping. The cheapest one I found on eBay was close to $40. And that was the only one that was available was overseas. Oh yeah, Luttrell was Lucky Ones. I was looking up Lucky Ones by Luttrell. So this one here, digital album, and so on and so forth here. So I might pick up a copy of that. But again, that's $40. And then the next one I was looking at, was $40. And the next one, so 3 albums are $120. And then Goodwill said, bye-bye to the $1.29 LPs and records are coming out. We're going to be part of the everybody making money on records type of thing. And so they took those all away and put them on their internet sites. And maybe they do like grab bags or anything. I mean, I know a lot of people are disrespecting the records at the Goodwill bin store, so they have a better chance of selling stuff through a nationwide market instead of a local market. The local people just grabbed a few and the rest sat. So they might grab 50 records out of a bin of 1,000. And then they said, we don't want any of this stuff. We don't need barbershop quartets. As much as barbershop quartets need to be played, on constant rotation, those are records that I would just stay away from with a 10-foot pole. The 1940s era, 30s, 40s era type of music, it really doesn't do anything for me. I want stuff from the year 2000 and above, more or less. I mean, some 90s stuff there, and of course 80s is what I normally collect, but I'm not looking for that at this particular time. I'm using Discogs and eBay as an opportunity to find records that the regular record stores that I have, all of 2, maybe 3 if I push it, they have no sections for any kind of digital music on. What I mean is digitally created music that's on vinyl, if that makes sense. Well, anyway, so let's go back to what I was looking for, and we want to go to we want to look up Ocean Lab, and eBay has a hard time figuring out what I'm looking for. So I'm looking up Clear Blue Water here. And hopefully this will not be too long of a video. No exact matches found, US only. Okay, so there are no hits for that one here. But we want to get out of US only here. And Ocean Lab, again, when you start having represses and stuff, that means that you've done a good job here. Ocean Lab, Clear Blue Water, CD2, single, blah, 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 all that stuff. So the CD is $13.36 out of the UK, and it is $19.95 for shipping. So again, I'll be over $20. I'll be $30 or so for that, for a CD, mind you. And the CD market, not compared to everybody, what is the word for it? According to everybody, has crashed, and so I know people that won't even spend $1 on a CD. They say that's too much, because they don't have a CD player in their car. Well, it's really unfortunate, but compare this to the baseball card groups and then the vinyl groups, and there's a lot of similarities. There's a lot of whining and complaining in every aspect of this. I'm not trying to make a whine and complain video. I'm just showing you my process of trying to find things here. But see, Clear Blue Water, vinyl pre-owned, $55.02, and then $26.08 for shipping from the United Kingdom. I just feel like blowing, say, $70 to $80 a day for no absolutely apparent reason. That's essentially what that would be doing right there. $26, I'm happy with it. There's another single there. Again, I'm not seeing much here. They're trying. eBay thinks that I misspell things or type things in wrong here, and so they give me all kinds of, mumbo jumbo, blue stuff here. So you like blue, just go to eBay and type in blue stuff, and that's what you get, all this random blue stuff here. It really does nothing for the purpose of this particular video here. But essentially there is one copy on technically all of now. What we want to do is we want to go to worldwide here and see if we could find anything else here. See, now the worldwide might give me any more, but I'm looking here, and no more worldwide. So there's only one copy. So again, when you find only 1 or 2 copies, unfortunately people set the bar for that particular price range. When you start seeing other ones here, it could be condition issues or some other kind of a reason why they didn't have much money into it. A lot of people have remembered what they paid for it, so they have to double what they paid for, or triple or quadruple what they paid for it. Because everything is, quote, a collectible right now. The limited edition releases get so confusing with the other ones that are not limited edition releases here. I don't remember if I showed you this. I was looking up Endless, Marsh's Endless, and it came out February 3rd, 2023. But why are they still having limited edition copies on here? I don't know. Strictly limited to 500 copies. So did all those 500 copies not sell out very well, or they're gone and this is all out of stock? I don't know. But again, $30.99 was perfectly fine for me. But then it was looking like another $30 for shipping or something crazy. Maybe it wasn't 30, but it was a lot to me. And I was like, geez, I'm paying $50 for a record. What do I want to do this for? Again, that's a lot different than paying $1.29 for some record or paying like $2 for a CD. Again, all these people have no cause to complain about Goodwill's prices if they do come out and because that being said, then you're looking at $40 and complain, whine, complain, whine, complain. But again, I think I'm going to try to maybe snag this copy of Ocean Lab's Clear Blue Water. Now again, it's a 12-inch, came out in 2002. I can listen to it on YouTube all that I want. It's got the original mix and the Ferry Corsten mix. Ferry Corsten is another relatively well-known DJ throughout the electronic music community here. So that's pretty much it here. I just wanted to share with you a couple of things. No, there's no other problems that I want to really talk about here, but that's today's video here, tonight's video whenever it gets posted here. Let me know what your experiences of collecting, I want to say difficult to find music, but are you having the same problems? All the records you want, maybe the Fleetwood Mac is $50 now, and everything's $50, and you have to very carefully curate your collection to like about 5 to 12, because in a couple months' time you've already spent all your fortune on a couple of records that the next person doesn't realize it's a $100 LP, and they just pass it up at the thrift store saying that's just junk, and they see it for $2 instead of $200, and they just have absolutely no clue unless they look it up on their phone. And thank you for watching.
Have it. $1,500?